All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at the market today. Today's Thursday. Now, Thursday, remember, is a swing day for gold today and tomorrow. So we've got to be careful. And this is a place where it's pretty much squaring out, as you can see on the Mercury Saturn line. All right. So this is why today I actually, a minute ago or so, just a minute, just when the Astro hours happened, I took a short here. The reason I want to short this top is, first of all, it's very close to that line there. It can still go up a little bit and touch it, but I'm still inclined to take shorts on gold from the higher levels. And if also I can, I'm going to also try to do that next week as well, if we're still around here, okay, to kind of like short it down. And that's how it is. So this is why I took that short today at the Astro hour. So I'm thinking the market should probably cover itself. And if it starts to give us a good sign that it'll break below maybe the low of the previous day, the low of yesterday here, if we break down and come down later on, maybe today, tomorrow, then we might have next week a selling opportunity. Basically, that's why. So with gold, I'm looking to sell the highs. Obviously, the trend is going up and it's strong, right? Don't get me wrong, it is strong, but I do use astrology. And if I'm not going to use it for what I think is going to happen, then what's the point? So, and I'm also opening two positions, one to cover the trade. So sometimes I'll push the cover a bit further, or other times I'll just cover the stop loss and then get out of the first trade and just let the second one ride, which is what I'm going to do here. Once it covers the stop loss, I should be able to just get out. In fact, let me just move that up a little bit, which is right there. So this should cover the stop, including the spread. And even if we get stopped out later on, we should still be in a small profit. If the market goes completely against me without covering it, then it's going to be a small, tight stop loss. Also, the lots aren't too big here because we're against the trend. All right, so I want to be nice and easy. Now, the other thing you can do for this is this. You can go to the daily. You can wait for a sign. What is that sign? When we have a big push down. Okay, so if the market all of a sudden from the highs does a big sell-off like this, then on the retracement we can sell back down. Okay, because in my opinion, gold's got room to come back down as well. Now, obviously, this could take some time, just like the gap here took ages to fill out. But at the end of the day, it should still have some retracement. And since the market is always waving, we should at least come back to what we say, like, what's the high of that? 2069. So what I can do, let's just get back to the small time frame, 2069, in fact, which is right there. All right. So this is the zone that we should actually come and touch if we want to continue to go back up, if the market wants to take some liquidity or fill in the gaps. All right. And that's about it. So if you want to go long again and the market is going up, you could do that around this level, okay, at Astro hours if it comes in. If you want to sell, like I always say, wait for a bit of a reaction on the daily, because the trend is going up, and until we have a decent break of a decent level, you can never know if the market is reversing. So I'd wait for a sign if you're not comfortable with it. If you're going to trade Astro hours, be mindful in the evening session as well. Also in the evening, we might have a good level when Asia opens up as well. All right, because Thursday and Friday there's swing days. This is Asia opening on a Thursday, so I thought I'd take the high, but the market can still go up, and then we can have a high in the closing as well, or in the New York session, or the beginning of the Asia session tomorrow. So that's also a possibility. All right, so let's now take a look. Where are we? Let's take a look at SP 500. Right now, with the SP 500, like I said, on Tuesday, the swing day for SP 500 is Wednesday and Friday. So we're in Thursday, okay? Dow Jones is Tuesday and Thursday. So this is why Thursday from the highs, I didn't mind taking a short from this zone. This is an Astro hour here. So from this zone here, it was not a bad idea to kind of go short with a tight stop loss. This will cover the trade. So if this hits here, then one of the positions will close out. If afterwards it goes against us and goes higher, then it doesn't matter because we'll still be without any loss and a small profit. And then if the market does swing and does take a turn, then we'll want to follow the other one down. Okay, I put the take two profit for the second one really down somewhere there. Okay, just above the weekly pivot there, as you can see. But that's subject to change after we see how things are panning out. Okay, but if a swing does come and if the market does push, then if we entered at the top, there's no point in getting out with a small profit if we see a sign that it's going to push down. Now in New York session, we've got some Astro hours in New York as well today, obviously. And when the indices are on, looking at the New York session is going to be important. So in the New York session, also look out for 340 and 545, where we might see the market wanting to turn. There'll be a bit of volatility. I'm expecting a few sharp moves after 340 my time until 5:45 my time. So that like 2 hours from 3:40 to 5:45 might have a few volatile, pushy, shovey moves. So you want to be careful. And then you can follow through with the rest of the aspects as usual. But those are the hours to look out for in any case, right? For SP 500. That's that. Also with gold, we talked about that anyway, so no problem there. Let's take a look. With gold also, you want to keep your eye out for it. Could still go a little higher, but when it gets to that Mercury Saturn, obviously we want to square it out, so we're going to look for a short as well if it goes any higher. Euro dollar. Now with the euro dollar, remember I said we should tap into this gap here, and this is what the market really did. I took a sell trade yesterday here, which I actually posted on where on Twitter, right? And then when it happened, I think it was somewhere up here. Okay, it did kind of happen. It took out the first take profit on the stop loss, but then the second position just got stopped out. Okay, so one trade was okay, the other one got stopped out. So we didn't have a loss. Overall, we're okay, but we still have that monthly level here, which we talked about. By the way, on the SP 500, we still have that goodbye kiss level at 4,800, which I put up there before, which you guys are aware of, all right? So be mindful. That's still on the cards. And there is a bit of a pushy move in New York, right? If that happens, if you see like the market rushing somewhere, making a gap and so on, and then from here, if it's an Astro hour, selling is not a bad idea either. All right, so be mindful. This trade has still got some room because of that PST level on the weekly here at 72, which we talked about on Tuesday. And with the euro dollar, same kind of thing here. This is a zone where we'll want to be looking to reverse. You see the big wicks here? Okay, so that's, let's just push this down a little bit here. So those wicks are still relevant to us, but we're looking to come down, okay? Because on the bigger picture, as you know, downwards, boom, boom, boom. We're either going to have an ABC here or we're going to start rolling down here. And that's 56, 1133 on the monthly. On the weekly, we don't have a new level. All right, it's already on a breakout. And if it's breaking out, you really have to be careful if a PST breaks out. Okay, I always say that. So those of you who are using the ATAM strategy, you need to understand that this is like, big deal. Next week, we might pull back into here before going back up again. But at the end of the day, this gap is filled out. So there's nothing really else here except the liquidity that's left up here. Okay. But in any case, this could also be, like I said, a beginning diagonal. In any case, we should have an ABC down according to the monthly and the weekly as well to push down before we go up. And maybe that will come in, like I said, during spring, because I am expecting that. Now, if you're trading intraday, okay, daily intraday, then this monthly level is going to be relevant for you. And all you got to do is stick your Astro hours up. Also, some Astro hours were here today. Just look at here we are. That's not it. 6 here. That's the one there. Okay, so that's the first one there. And just look at the members area. I've already posted them in the morning. All right. And then we've got 852 here, which is 952. So that's going to be in this bar here. All right. And then the rest is more like in New York happening. All right. So if the market does not turn from here, from around here, and start to push down, we might just have a sideways market, sideways choppy until New York. And in New York, we're either going to be at the tops then we want to sell off. Or if by New York we come down, the market might want to buy to push up again. So be mindful with that. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin. All right, Dow Jones. Now, Dow Jones is swing day today. So this zone is the first zone, LCL1, 37,742. This is on the daily. 37,742. All right, that's that. On the weekly, you see it's like going up. On the monthly as well, remember we had a breakout on this one as well. So once it starts to break out, don't stand in front of it is what I always say. So what you can do with this one, the only resistance here is this. If it starts to break above that, leave it alone. Maybe we'll have a 1, 2, 3 tap and then a pullback. But the market eventually needs to somehow come back all the way into this zone here. So if you're going to trade it on the intraday, if the market is up here at an Astro hour, look for a sell opportunity on a smaller time frame. You can. If you don't want to go against the grain, against the trend, leave it alone. We can now get rid of this. Get rid of that. This was an Astro hour yesterday if you moved in with it. Other than that, though, we wouldn't do anything. The support for today is 72, 37,542. 37 542, so somewhere around this is the first support of the day. So unless we break below this, there's not much to talk about. If the market breaks below this, then we can pretty much assume a sell-off afterwards can happen. This is the low of yesterday. If it cleans this out as well, closing lower, then a pullback is okay to sell. Other than that, nothing to really talk about here. NASDAQ, same kind of thing. NASDAQ also had a swing day, same as SP 500. All right, so this is Wednesday happening here. If you're sold off at the Astro hours, you should be okay, except at this hour, which I said this hour is going to be a target, right? But if you sold here, the trade covered itself. So you should have been okay in the New York session yesterday. On the daily, if you take a look, we're like trotting along. 71 is the first support, 16,881, which is going to be here. This is the first support of the day. So we'll have to see how things pan out with this one. Like I said, we need to have a sign like this one. All right, as you can see, there's still buyers in there. Also, the first week of January is going to be important. Why? Because the 22nd is the winter. With the winter date that we have, the winter solstice, the days are getting longer. 15 degrees from that is going to be the 5th or the 6th, something like that. and then we want to be kind of like looking for a sell-off as well. Okay, so that date is also going to be important. So keep it in mind. You can also be patient. Just wait for it. Wait for the market to like give us a drop down and then play the retracement. You don't have to rush the trade. Bitcoin, here we are again. So nothing new here. I'm thinking the highs are still okay to sell off, but once this point breaks on the retracement, we can sell off. Trade off the lines of using your ATAM 61 today is 44,076. 44,076, so somewhere around there. Right? That's the level. But any up move, I think, is okay to sell to push down. All right, but like I said, the real confirmation is when these swings start to break down and the market closes below, then the push up is going to be an option to sell down. Down here, target is a 41,415. 41,415 is down here. All right. So there's room to come down as well. So if you're a seller, you can just trot along here. If it breaks also, like I said, we need to break below the low of that, which is 40,153. But even if you break this, this is also a good sign as well. The market breaks below this, closes below that, and then an up move into this bar to sell off is also okay. We just need to wait for that to happen. Other than that, I wouldn't do much with it because, as you can see, we've got higher lows happening with a triangle. So higher lows, it means that buyers are coming in. So just in case, this thing can also burst out because of this phenomena here. All right, so higher lows. Despite the fact that the highs are in there, this is still a squeeze. So until we have a breakdown, we don't really know. And the safest break is going to be below that.